Hey everyone, so I thought I would do a video about just my everyday makeup routine, whether it just be for pure curiosity if you want to see what I get up to, or if you need some help with your makeup and not sure what to do, or if you just literally just want to watch and maybe laugh at how terrible I am at doing makeup. So normally I get started with a bit of primer. I've been told that this fills in pores, so it makes pores appear smaller. So I'm using MAC. This is just a tester they gave me in the shops. Nice and sticky. I'm using my little beauty blender, so I've dampened that with water, and I'm moving on to my foundation. So it's the oil-based ones from MAC because I have naturally really dry skin, so I have no problem with oil-based foundations. I like to start with under the eyes and in the small areas where I can't get the biggest part of the blender, so I use the skinny top of it, try and cover those bags up, and moving on to the rest of my face. I never used to use MAC, but since coming to Canada, it's so much cheaper than it was in New Zealand, so I just was curious and I wanted to try it. So normally a foundation in New Zealand, a MAC foundation, would cost about $70, but in Canada it was more like $30. It was like a good enough deal that I wanted to try it. You can see already the coverage is crazy. I have such red patchy skin and it already looks so much better than it did before. I've always had really patchy, uneven skin. And so that's, I think, maybe why I do enjoy makeup a lot, because it means that I can cover all those things that I might be normally insecure about, or I don't have to worry about going really red out in public. Now just going in with my MAC concealer to cover the reddest parts of my face, which usually is my cheeks and some little spots as well. And now that I look like Casper the Friendly Ghost, it is time to move on. I'm using this under eye concealer. It's by Mary Kay. To be honest, I don't actually remember ever buying this. It kind of just appeared in my makeup bag one day. So friends, if you are missing a Mary Kay concealer, then yeah, I've got it. I find this one really brightens up my eyes. Hide those bags. Using this random fluffy brush, I'm going to be setting my face with MAC powder, and that's just the powder that matched my foundation in the store. So I like to dab it on both sides and just really lightly start to dab on my face. I don't really like this powder that much because it does have extra coverage. I'm thinking next time I'm gonna get a translucent one, just so it doesn't look as cakey. So I'm really just applying this in the areas that need it most, so in the T section of my face and just in the places that I know that foundation does tend to slip off the face a little bit, like on my cheeks and on my nose and on my forehead. Looking good. Oh, it feels like a kitten on your face. It's so soft. Okay, I've done it about 50 times now because I do it with such a light hand. And I use this tiny little eyeshadow brush, or whatever kind of brush it is, to get in those areas that I can't really get that big fluffy one in. So that would be under the eyes and in the little creases by my nostrils. I like to put extra powder on the nose because this is where the makeup does tend to come off, especially in summer when I'm wearing sunglasses. You can't really tell, but I am sweating right now because it's so hot in Canada. Next, I'm moving on to my bronzing and highlighting. So I use this Cheeky Trio by Warpaint Cosmetics. It's cool because it comes with all three, so if you're lazy or you don't like having lots of products, or if you don't like just having heaps of packaging or a million different makeup products to keep, then it's just this one cool palette, and I really like it because it's metal and it's pink and it's just nice. So I'm not bringing the bronzer in too far, and I'm blending it upwards. This bronzer isn't quite the right color for my skin. It's a little bit red, and where you want to sort of more grey tones for in these shadowy areas to make it look more like a natural shadow, not just like weird mud face. But I've got to use this product up. I'm not just going to throw it away, so I don't really mind that much. Does the job. Just going to conceal that double chin a little bit as well using the bronzer. Give myself that carved jawline. Also, I'm going to be blending that line out so it doesn't look super fake. Boom, look at me now. Moving on to my highlighter, using the one in the Cheeky Trio. I just realized that Cheeky Trio, it's because you put it on your cheeks. Just putting in the places that I kind of want to glow a little bit brighter, shine a little brighter than the rest of my face. This isn't like a super shimmery highlighter, it's more just a really light one. I always get scared that I'm going to look back on this footage and I'm going to like randomly see someone walk behind me or something, like real creepy. Is that like, does anyone else think stuff like that? I think I've just watched too many horror movies. Lovely. Anyway, moving on to the blush. So I'm just going to work that in a line down my cheek. I never take the bronzer or the blush too far down because I just don't want it to like consume my entire face. And just with a really light hand, working it down the line of my cheek above the bronzer. Beautiful. I also have another little eyeshadow palette from Warpaint Cosmetics. I like to use this, oh you can't really tell on the camera, but it's like a pinky shade. I find that sometimes my foundation makes my eyelids look a weird color, kind of greenish brownish. So I lighten them up with a little pinky eyeshadow. And this one has a tiny sparkle in it. It's a really subtle one though, so it's not overwhelming. And for the most important thing on the entire face, eyebrows. So I like to use these angled brush and a little e.l.f. palette, which is definitely well used. It has like a gel and then it has a powder next to it. So I'm starting off with the gel and I do a little drawing on my face. So my eyebrows are both really freaking asymmetrical, not even. Anyway, I like to draw heavily on the top of this one to try and make it appear that it grows higher than it actually does. Oh, art. As you can see, I have not got a new eyebrow color since I dyed my hair blonde. So I'm just rocking this whole Mother of Dragons Daenerys eyebrow thing with the whole contrast. I actually really like the bold brows though. And now for this one, I just keep its natural line on the top and I draw heavier on the bottom to make it appear that it's lower. Such deception. I should probably brush that. I definitely brush my eyebrows more often than I brush the hair in my head. And drawing this one again a little lower than it naturally grows. And look, your eyebrows are never ever going to be completely symmetrical unless like, I don't know, you're an angel sent from above. So don't get too stressed about that. I just like to do what I can to try and make them appear as close as they possibly can be with my human inadequacies. And I'm moving on to the powder. So this one fills it in. So the first one was sculpting and now this one is the powder that kind of makes everything magical and beautiful. And I'm gonna make some try and do some fake kind of hair looking things at the front. I'm only just starting to do this, I've never done it before, so I'm not very good. But hey, practice makes perfect. Good try, 6 out of 10. And now my eyebrows look as fierce as I feel on the inside. And now I use 2 different eyeliners. So one, I think they might both be from Maybelline. The first one that I like to use has a really super fine brush, but it's got like a weird shine to it, so I don't really like it around my whole eye. I just use it to outline because it is like so bomb for doing that. Boom! Slash. And this is my eye that always turns out better. Check that they look even. Oh gosh, I should have plucked my eyebrows before I did this. They're not perfect. Again, it's really hard to get things perfectly perfect, so it's fine. And now I draw a line from the edge of my flick to down to about 3/4 of the length of my eye. Oh, beautiful. Boom. They're close enough. So then I get my next eyeliner, the one that's less shiny, and it has a nice matte finish. And I just color that sucker in. And I'm just going to bring that a little bit down into the corner of my eye. Because the shiny one, if I put it too close to there, it kind of makes me look like I have like some sort of weird eye disease. And I just like to fill in the eyelash line. Because I just feel like it makes it look a lot more smooth and connected. I was going to say natural, but who am I kidding? These are not natural eyeliner wings. So, and you'll notice me like weirdly putting my thumb on my nose. It's because I don't want to touch my foundation and rub any of it off. So it's just kind of like a safe place to rest my hand if I'm trying to stabilize. That was a victory dance. Now I'm just using a mascara. I don't even know what it is. Just whatever one, you know what you like. Just whatever mascara you like to use. My eyeliner is so thick here that you can't actually even tell I'm wearing mascara from the front, but when I turn to the side you better see the nice lashes. I haven't quite got into falsies yet. Maybe I will one day. And the lower lash. Make those eyes look even bigger, as if I wasn't doe-eyed enough already. And now I've got a brown eyeliner pencil, and I don't like hiding up my beauty spots because I'm really proud of those, so I like to just fill those back in, get that Marilyn Monroe thing going on. I probably should have done this before the lower lash mascara, but I'm a rebel, so it'll be fine. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Lovely. I forgot one step. I also like to use this little chapstick. It's called Velvet Cupcake, and it just has a naturally red tone. And that is my makeup. I mean, I do still have some spots showing on one side of my face, but hey, look at the amazing coverage it had. And this is my usual go-to makeup during the day. I don't wear makeup every day or anything like that, but if I am gonna wear makeup, this is kind of usually what I go for. Thanks for watching. I hope this has been either entertaining, answered some questions, or helpful for you. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.